Hey, what's up, everyone? Episode 5 with Lyceum coming at you. Today we got a lot of cool stuff we're going to be talking about. We're going to be talking about the spirit animal results that we all had. We all took an individual test last week, and we all got some pretty different answers, so that's cool. We're going to be talking about the very unfortunate event of the 2 police officers that were shot in Compton the other day. We're going to be talking about the fires in all over Southern California right now. Just going over it. I know we kind of briefed on it last week, but we're just going to cover some more stuff. Governor Newsom made a little speech, and we're going to be talking about that for a little bit. And what else? Anything else? What was it?
Just Sweden.
Oh yeah, and Sweden and their COVID tactics that they got going on right now.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you guys haven't seen the pictures yet, but I kind of want to start off with what's happening in San Francisco. You guys haven't seen the pictures at all, I'm guessing.
I have.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Dang. So pretty much, have you seen the movie The Mist? No, the one where the mist comes down out of the mountain and it's like super scary monsters start eating everybody. Okay. Well, I was trying to reference that, but ladies and gentlemen, if you've seen that movie and you know what I'm talking about, San Francisco looks like the 2.0 of that. Like, here, I'm going to show Zach. It's literally red because of the fires going down right now. It's cake.
Yeah, that looks like a sunset.
Yes, it's just
bright orange, red. It's ridiculous.
And that's midday?
I think this is just all the time.
Or is that
nighttime? If it's not nighttime, this is daytime.
Oh, man.
That's how much smoke and ash is just in the air covering the sun. So
I did see a picture of some golfers out on the fairway, and behind them are just huge flames on a mountain, like 100 yards away from them.
And they were just playing golf?
They were just golfing, yeah.
Oh, so they just said, forget it. This is California. This is how we do it. This is how we roll now. That's weird.
Yep.
Dude, the West Coast has the worst air quality in the world right now.
I'm not really the West Coast in general, but I think you want to say like upper Northern California, because
Seattle and San Francisco, yeah.
Yeah, there we go. Because it's not really, nothing like, there's still fires down here happening, don't get me wrong, but it's not really affecting Southern SoCal at all. I feel like we're fine.
No, it is.
It is?
It is, yeah. In like the Ontario, Pomona, San Bernardino area, it's jacked up over there.
So we just need to go more north.
Yeah.
We're just south enough to where it's not affecting us. Okay.
Yeah. Someone told me that they were going through the Pomona area, and they said that they could barely see. Like, it looked like a foggy morning.
Yeah. But
and that was the afternoon.
Yeah, I'm reading right now. According to IQ Air, a group which tracks global air quality, Portland, Seattle, and San Francisco have the worst air quality of any major cities around the world.
Yeah. Okay,
Fires
so you want to get on
crazy.
a conspiracy? You want to get on a conspiracy right now?
Sure.
And this is where I would agree. I don't think these fires are accidental anymore, Andrew, at all. There's a website.
Well, yeah, there's arsons.
No.
Arsonists that are out there.
No, but there's always been arsonists during, fire season. But if you look on this one website that I found, I don't have it up right now, but I can send it to you guys. This is the most fires that ever have occurred at once in the entire history of the United States. Right here. That is not coincidental.
I heard someone.
I didn't know that, but
I heard that someone said you. Once again, this might be a conspiracy, but I heard someone say that they saw people on camera. There's a video up, but they saw people on camera running into the hills with tools.
Yep.
To start fires.
Black Lives Matter, bro.
That's what I heard. Yeah, I did hear it was BLM.
And he said he was Black Lives Matter, but he was Caucasian gentleman, which was making it weird. So
yeah, there's a lot of different people, it sounds like, setting the fires right now. I mean, dude, it's a free-for-all. And
it's crazy because we talked about this last week.
Yep.
So these fires have been just straight going on for a full week now. And they were already going a couple days before our last episode.
Yeah.
So they're just going, man.
This
isn't
crazy. Just a gender reveal party. This is a insurrection, in my opinion, because there's another video of this guy protesting for BLM, and he's on a microphone, and he has his little masses listening to him, and he's saying, if we don't get what we want, we're going to burn it all down.
Yep, I saw that.
Dude.
He's out in D.C., right?
He's out in D.C.
He said, pull him out of the White House, burn it down.
You burn the whole thing down. And then Gavin Newsom comes out with the weirdest speech saying...
When was the speech?
I think it was 2 days ago. And he's saying, well, if this wasn't proof enough that there is actually a climate change problem.
Oh my
Yeah, he went into hippie mode for some reason. That's not
just him, dude. That's a lot of people right now. They're claiming that it's the heat that's intensifying and enabling the ground to dry up. And that's how a lot of the fires are not necessarily starting, I don't think, but that's how they're spreading more rapidly because there's a bunch of dry brush more than ever before. So, yeah, it's interesting, though, as you look at the implications of that. And we talked a little bit about insurance last week. And so now the conversation's starting to turn, and people are saying, insurance companies are going to either stop supplying certain insurance coverage for housing in Southern California, and that could lead to valuations going down, and that could lead to a lot of other things just snowballing. But, I mean, it's all TBD.
Save your money.
The problem is he thinks this is because some climate change thing is ridiculous. I mean, you have to be living in a different dimension right now for me to say, oh, yeah, this is the most fires occurring ever.
Bro, there are people living in different dimensions right now.
What do you mean?
In California. In the United States.
Zach,
okay,
I was trying to
get fired up right now.
Zach, I was trying to hop on the conspiracy train with you, but don't take it too far. Okay.
The climate change being tied to all the fires is one of the lesser crazy things.
Exactly.
Right now.
I'm about to get fired up.
What's the crazy thing?
Let's move on.
Go, Zach. Go in, bro. I want to hear you go in.
No, because I want to talk about these other things. And the thing that is getting me fired up is still COVID. And we'll probably get on it when we start talking about Sweden.
Uh-huh.
But this is really starting to annoy me. We are making 0 sense right now. The common sense is out the door. There's no science backing it. Tell me the science behind, yeah, you could come to our restaurant, have your mask on when you're walking through the restaurant, and when you sit down, everyone in the restaurant can take off their mask and enjoy themselves. Tell me where the common sense is in that. And if you think that there is logic behind that, you're an idiot.
Whoa.
Nope.
Bro, okay, real quick. I just had this conversation. And the reason why is because we haven't really eaten out that much, but we have started to go out more. And on our way out to Texas, we stopped in New Mexico. And we go and we talk to the hostess, and she's like, you guys want to sit inside or outside? I'm like, you got to wear a mask inside? She said, yeah. I was like, oh, well, then we probably wear a mask outside because I don't really want to be wearing a mask while I'm eating. And she's like, oh, no. You wear the mask when you walk to your table, and then when you get there, you take it off. I was like, wait, let me make sure I'm understanding you correctly. I wear the mask. I walk through. I sit down. I take it off. And all of a sudden, everything's okay? Yep. Okay.
Yep.
That makes a lot of
sense.
sense.
No. Now the virus has evolved. It's evolved, gentlemen.
Hold on.
When you're sitting down, it won't touch you.
Yeah. If you think that logic makes sense, comment on whatever you can comment on, our Instagram, our YouTube, and please expose yourself. And then unfollow us.
Wait, no.
Just go on living your life.
Don't unfollow.
Somewhere else, because
Pedro's whispering.
Stay subscribed,
unfollow, guys.
He's just in his emotions. He'll get through this.
Yeah,
part.
it's really
frustrating and stupid.
Yeah.
Well, what's
mind-boggling, honestly, because, like you said, it's illogical. Like all of a sudden, I can sit there at the table, I can touch all the utensils, and then the waitress or the busboy or whoever it is going to come pick it up, and they're going to be fine.
Dude.
All
right. So what's going on with Sweden, Drew?
Wait. Okay,
sorry.
Well, 1 second. I just wanted to make one more remark since we're talking about somewhat. It's not directly involved with COVID, but the protests have moved into neighborhoods. Well, we already said they moved into neighborhoods, but they moved into neighborhoods more viciously. I saw some guy climbing on some other dude's roof. Like, literally, they were in a suburb on the roof, jumping up and down. And
did he fall through?
The odd part was no one was, responding. Like, there was no father or no figure saying, hey, get off my house or I will protect my property. There was none of that going on. It's kind of like everybody's just letting it happen. It's very weird. Or I'm just not seeing the part where the dude does come out with the 12 gauge and say, all right, I'm done, guys.
Yeah, dude.
Where was that, Pedro?
It's not Texas. Texas had a different response. Andrew, wait, forget that. There was a protest for BLM in Texas, and what happened was your people, Andrew.
I don't even live out here officially.
Yeah, you do.
Dude, they're your people now. They're your people now. This is exactly what happened. Instead of going, one guy was making the recording, and he was saying, we don't know why you guys aren't at the courthouse or at City Hall doing your protests, but we know why you came out to the areas where all the small businesses were. Literally, the Texans outnumbered them 40-1, ladies and gentlemen. You had a small little group of BLM in this like center island away from all the businesses, and every Texan, dude, there was dudes holding shotguns. There were people holding rifles. I thought I saw somebody like, I don't want to make the official claim, but it looked like they were already aiming, but they were like, hey, stay on your little island right there, do your little protest, and then when it hits 6, all of you are going home, or we're just going to run you off down the highway. Bro, your city wasn't having it. But where are the other, like, just look at a blue state. That's where all the suburb protests were going. That's where they usually get their way. And then
since you're talking about,
go for it.
Well, since you're talking about protest, I'm not sure if I'm gonna mess this up or not. The Iranian wrestler, did you hear about that?
What happened? No.
Okay, so there's an Iranian wrestler who was partaking in a peaceful protest out there.
Okay.
In Iran.
Mm-hmm.
Because of gas prices, I believe. I think it was gas prices up there. So they did a peaceful protest, and this dude, I don't know, I don't want to say it's what happened because we don't really know, but they charged him with murder, with I think stabbing and killing a some kind of authority, personnel out there, a cop or whatever.
Okay.
And so they arrested him. His name is Navid Afkari.
Yeah, you're not going to pronounce it right.
Yeah.
So let's keep going.
And President Trump, when they arrested him and had him in custody, President Trump reached out on Twitter pleading to let him go, and Dana White reached out pleading to let him go, and they just hung him. They hung him and freaking killed him. Like I think either yesterday or 2 days ago, because they were torturing him, and they got a confession out of him.
Well, that's usually what you get when you do that kind of thing.
Yeah, I'm just looking at it, and that happened. The anti-government protests happened back in 2018, so it's years later.
Yeah. And apparently under torture, he confessed to murdering someone, and
you really get whatever answer you want when you take a knife to a man. So,
dude, that's like in Reservoir Dogs. When he says, "Hey, if you freaking beat that cop enough, he's gonna tell you who shot JFK."
Yep.
Like, dude. I mean, that's crazy. Sad. I mean, apparently they were just trying to. He's a well-known guy, so they're trying to spread the message. Mm-hmm. But we already know that those guys
don't play that game.
They don't play, dude. You know, so
none of our protesters would survive out in the Middle East. Period.
None.
Definitely not. Or the whole entire continent of Africa. They're not gonna have it. Yeah, this is the only place they can get away with that. Yep. I feel like I'm comfortable saying that.
Right, I agree with you.
Mm-hmm.
But don't you guys think that not obviously the destruction and all of that shouldn't be able to get away with it, but the protesting part of it,
mm-hmm.
do you guys agree with being able to protest.
Definitely. Oh yeah, but in America we would say yes, you get to exercise your First Amendment right, which is also not just freedom of speech, but also petition the government in many forms. Dude, but the problem is they're not in America; they're in the Middle East. And dude, they do.
Yeah. Drew just wants to make sure.
But the reason I said that, the reason that I asked that,
is
because you guys said that our protesters wouldn't be able to do that in another country, but of course not.
Oh no, they would not get away with it.
That's the beauty of being here, you know.
Yeah, you get to express your opinion.
Just like us on our podcast right now.
Exactly. And you know what protest I actually would get behind? The protest I'm actually going to advocate for us all to do on this podcast. Everybody should unsubscribe to Netflix. I'm sorry, but it's over. The movie came out for
What's it called? All right, why? Oh, hold on. What Zach gave me?
Sorry, there was a lag going on. I just wanted to make sure that.
Yeah. What's the movie called again? That everybody's Cuties. Okay. Cuties. I didn't see it.
Oh, and there's another one. Called 365 or 365.
Okay.
Apparently this Mexican drug lord captures this guy's wife and gives her 365 days to fall in love with him. But apparently there's a lot of demeaning actions and humiliating towards women and strong-arming women to get what you want. So that's another one. Another one. So it's Cuties is one thing.
Okay.
Which everyone is
a lot canceling. Of people are unsubscribing.
Yeah, they're about to go broke because they went woke.
What are the numbers that they're losing?
I don't really care about the numbers. I just know I'm gonna unsubscribe, and I think everybody should unsubscribe because what happened? The movie came out because I think we were talking about trailers last time. Movie came out, and articles have been released, and it's everything we feared it was.
It is
everything.
Yeah. Yep. Oh, and you see one of the little girls takes her top off.
Really?
Did we discuss that last week or no?
Yeah. So. We did. No, we didn't talk about it last week. We talked about it when we were talking about our topics.
Okay.
Yeah. So if you guys don't know about Cuties yet, it's a film about a young girl who comes from a Muslim family. She moves to France, and it's way different. Culture is totally different. The girls out there expressing themselves in provocative ways at 11. That's the thing we're talking about. Provocatively expressing themselves at 11. Maybe that happens. It probably happens. But why does this get dropped into a film on Netflix? Okay, so that's strike one. But anyways, so she goes out there. She joins the twerking team. They start using their sexuality. I'm using air quotes here at the age of 11 to get what they want. And then there's a whole bunch of questionable stuff that goes on in the film. Like Zach said. We haven't seen it. We won't watch it.
Yeah,
but we've read reviews, and my wife has read reviews and communicated those reviews to me. Little girl taking her top off, apparently. Another little girl in the bathroom taking pictures of her,
private.
Well, her dad's trying to get into the bathroom, and these are supposed to be 11-year-olds.
Just full rebellion.
Yeah, the three of us were talking about it, and it's a slippery slope. There's a lot of things wrong with this film, and the whole reason behind creating it supposedly is that the filmmaker wanted to expose the challenges that young girls face, right? But Pedro said something.
He's a nunce.
I thought he hit the nail on the head when we were talking. It's like, we don't need a film. It's not even a documentary. We don't need a film for us to know that that's not okay.
Mm-hmm.
You guys don't need to go and film it. You don't need to do tryouts for 6 months and try out hundreds of little girls twerking in front of you while you're doing the casting to know that this is not okay.
Dude, imagine being a grown man looking at 11-year-olds every day for weeks on end saying, oh, yeah, go ahead and twerk for me so I can see if you could be in this movie.
It's ridiculous.
Freaking sickos, dude.
Weirdness to the max. And then you have people, I want to read some of these comments, is people on Netflix over intellectualizing this trying to say, hey, this is supposed to be educational. And here's some stuff they would say. Jack Saint, discussion about it is so poison that I'm not going to keep wasting my breath here. But I really can't overstate how explicitly Cuties condemns the exact culture of child sexualization. It's being accused of promoting a culture that actually exists and should be called out. So Jack Saint here would be an example of us where we would say, Jack Saint, I don't know why you think a film needs to be created for it. You're on the suspect list now. I'm sorry, but you're wrong. We don't need an education about this. We already knew it was going on. We already know that it's wrong. And I'm pretty sure there are agencies or entities created by our government that are already saying, how do we catch these fools doing this, trying to prevent it and destroy the materials that they create? It's just wild. What I think also is happening here too, I know I talked about him a couple episodes ago. I think this is the continuing of subversion, and the stage we're in now is called dissembly. What does that mean? I think they're dissembling your moral compass. Meaning what? They want to take away law and order. Exactly how they're doing this? Hey, they're desensitizing you to these things. They're showing you weird stuff and saying, hey, it's not that bad. We just need to examine this so you know that it's wrong. Whereas we don't need these kind of films. That's why I'm saying straight up, just cancel your Netflix subscription. Yeah. Because you don't want the FBI showing up at your house at 4 a.m. when you're just like, dude, it was on my Netflix and it was number 7.
Dude, that's the problem. They're not gonna anymore.
They're not?
Nope. Heck no. It's on Netflix.
Bro.
You have to arrest everybody that has Netflix to watch the movie.
That's the problem.
Wait.
You're not searching in. Yeah, you're not searching on your computer anything having to do with, minors. You're just turning on your Netflix.
Well, I was under the impression that the creators of the film were already under investigation now because of all this going on. I heard that the co-founder of Sundance, he's actually a convicted pedophile rapist, and that he's they're all going through it. So there's no kind of court case going on right now for this to shut it down, or no legal process. It's just
it's just the people canceling Netflix. That's the biggest thing.
Yep. And so real quick, the slippery slope, going back to Pedro's point into what Zach is talking about right now, right? All right, so now all of a sudden these types of films are being created under we're going to say moniker, I say the guise of education and trying to expose issues. But the problem is, if we're going to just start going out and creating films to educate and there's no boundaries around it, this is super questionable, borderline, and none of us agree with it, and we all think it's disgusting.
Yeah.
So I don't even think it's borderline, but then all of a sudden people do say it's borderline. You keep pushing that line further and further and further, and then where do you end up? You end up as, we're going to make a child porn to educate. Like a straight up child porn to educate, And that's the slippery slope that we don't want to approach, Dude, and then going back to all right, I'll pause.
Go ahead. I was going to say something dumb. But true.
I was just going to say, to Pedro's point and subversion, I don't know about that. I don't know. I do think that it's highly likely that you've got high-ranking people in the government that are pulling strings and trying to brainwash people and whatnot. But I don't know if that is the case. I know for sure that the Bible in Romans 1 talks about that God gives us over to our sin, right?
Yep.
And so... For even though they knew God, they did not honor him as God or give thanks, but they become futile in their speculations, and their foolish heart was darkened. Professing to be wise, they became fools and exchanged the glory of the incorruptible God for an image in the form of corruptible man and birds and four-footed animals. Therefore, God gave them over to in the lusts of their hearts to impurity, so that their bodies would be dishonored among them. For they exchanged the truth of God for a lie, and worshipped and served the creature rather than the Creator, who is blessed forever. So you've got this basically inversion happening where up is down and right is wrong, and God's given man over because we've indulged in our sin, and that's what we've chosen, and we've forsaken God on a broad scale. And so I think that's what we're just seeing here go down in the United States, you know?
Yeah, and to help the picture be colored more clearly, there's another good example of what's happening. We've already seen the videos of, you know, these peaceful protesters pulling people out of their car or, you know, burning down buildings, pretty much killing people, right? We've seen that. What's happening very badly now is there's a response from, you know, people who are not BLM, people who are not for Antifa, you know, patriots of the country. And this is where I would tell them, listen to Papa Pedro, everyone. No, you are not allowed to go out and then seek out and then hurt people. Because I'm seeing these videos now of people on the right side of the spectrum taking the law into their own hands and then chasing down, a member of Antifa, a Black Lives Matter member, who they might have been doing something wrong in their community, but then they lay them out and just beat them in a crowd, which is wrong. No, ladies and gentlemen, you are not allowed to go out and do that. One thing you are allowed to do, stop them from committing any more damage or committing any more harm to someone else. But after that, you're to leave it to the authorities to exact any kind of like justice on them. Law and order and sticking to that is how we win this. Once again, Batman protocol is off. You cannot do that. Bad.
Yeah. And I would even take it a step further to say, like, it's not. So the three of us, right? Mm-hmm. We've got a citizenship as United States citizens, yep. But the even more important thing for us is that we're citizens in the kingdom of God. So first and foremost, we serve God. And so as a United States citizen, what Pedro's saying, like, you can go out there and stop people from doing certain things. Yeah, maybe. But for us, like, the scriptures don't say that. Like, our first and foremost thing is to just, to share the gospel and to put God's kingdom above all else. And he doesn't call us to go out there and fight crime in any way, shape, or form. Agreed.
But
well, he's right. He's right.
I know he's right, but yeah, okay.
Yeah, because we have to walk a line here. I know it sounds hard. You're trying to play ball with these people who want to burn down your city. Obviously, innately, your nature is going to tell you that this is wrong. But what Andrew is saying, we are not commanded to take justice into our own hands, and we have to trust in the authorities that God himself has placed here in power. The sword is in the hand of the police officers. He has handed the sword into their hand. A little bit of hope that I saw today was a video where a police officer was conducting an arrest, and what happened was the individual he slipped his cuffs somehow. He got out of being actually put in the handcuffs, and he started beating up the cop. And what happened was the citizens, in my opinion, I think they were gangsters. I think they were actually, but they regulated. I thought it was going to get bad, ladies and gentlemen. At the beginning, you see them come in, and you're like, oh, snap, this cop is about to get beaten to death by everybody. But no, the tables turned. You know what they do? They start all going in on the guy who hit the cop. They say, oh, nah, we're done with the whole anarchy stuff. And they beat him up. They, put him where he's supposed to. I don't agree with some of the kicks in there that came later. Because they had him
in on that guy.
Yeah. I don't agree with that.
That's cool.
You had him on the ground. Well, okay, I get it. They had him on the ground, and the cop was, recovering over there, and they started saying, where's the cop? Cop comes over, puts the handcuffs on him. Another car rolls up, which was, it kind of shows you that, I don't know what the other cop was thinking, but he comes in, and he starts pushing the guys who helped the first cop away. And then the first cop there, who was like, no, they're cool. They just helped me. So I like seeing that happen, and I'm not saying that it should look exactly like that, but if you come back to what I said last time, where you're supposed to go to your authority and say, man, how do I help you do your job? I think that's the max you can say. And I've been hearing some responses actually in person where they say, well, Pedro, we're honestly just going to tell you to go home. and let us handle it. And we don't want your help. I don't know if that opinion that I got it from that officer is the widespread around America, but guess what? You would have to listen to him in that scenario and go home. And guess what you can say though? You can say, I tried. I put it out there. Everything at this point, it truly is, just what God has planned that comes. And you got to just be prepared to also help in other ways, like go wake up in the morning, and if it's your community that got ransacked by these thugs, just go out and help clean, find a person who is willing to organize some charity work, and then rebuild your community. Because honestly, these barbarians, they're gonna run out of the coke that they're on. In my opinion, they're gonna tire out and they're gonna fade away very, very quickly, especially after this election. It's all a show. So relax.
Yeah, 2 things on that. One, that whole situation, it was cool to see the community help out the officer.
Yep.
But the part that, going back to what we talked about a few episodes ago in training, making sure these officers are equipped and trained to handle certain situations. That officer, absolutely not trained or equipped. He's a chubby guy.
Yeah.
Who was
Wait,
soft.
you saw that
video?
You're talking about the same video?
Yeah. We're talking about the same video.
Okay.
Chubby, soft, and couldn't handle 150? He was like 150.
Yeah.
This
should
dude
not be fat.
Not big. And so, in my opinion, that officer should not be able to wear the badge. He couldn't properly arrest one individual, and he was getting whooped. He was absolutely getting whooped. Thank God that he had the other people around to help him out. Otherwise, if they weren't helping him out, he would have gotten killed.
Yeah,
I should say he could have gotten killed, not would have.
Well, I would say not take away his badge, but he's not going out on patrol, and if I was his fellow officer, I was his fellow officer, I would get that recording and I would look at him and I would show him. I was like, hey brother, you know what we're doing? We're gonna stop this from happening anymore. I'll see you tomorrow morning, 4:30 a.m. You're just gonna get trained. We're going into jiu-jitsu. We're going into kickboxing. You're gonna learn. Because obviously there's some area
happen.
Yeah.
It's no disrespect to that guy. Like, I'm not trying to talk crap on that.
Oh, dude. No. We're not saying any crap's being talked. It's a fair assessment. It's a fair assessment.
So what about the 2 cops? Since we're talking about cops so if anyone doesn't know, Compton, California, I think 2 days ago.
Yep.
I think it was Sunday.
Okay, so 2 days ago now, 2 cops are in their patrol car, SUV, sitting, I think the metro station. They were sitting somewhere like in front of the metro station.
Mm-hmm.
And this guy, there's a video up, or a picture at least, walks up right next to the patrol car and just starts with a pistol, just start letting off, hits both cops in the face and one in the arm. One of them was a female. She was like 34, I think. And the other one was 24. He was a male. Both have only been on the force for 14 months. And that guy, as of right now, has gotten away with it. Yeah. He's still at large.
Yeah.
There's a reward. It was $100,000. They bumped it up to 175.
He's done, and he's in Compton.
That's what I thought.
He's in Compton. No. He's in Compton. Somebody's about to collect.
Dude, I thought his homies would have already turned him in.
Yo, so this was always a little. It's not gonna happen, Andrew. Don't worry. But I've always had, and this was definitely before Christ. I've always had the proclivity to go into bounty hunting because I saw there's actually bounty hunter videos. There's people who actually bounty hunt. Yeah. Bro, every bounty hunter, he's gonna get clapped. And I would go for it, Andrew. Go.
I just want to say, like, don't get me wrong, because I sit here and in my flesh, like outside of Scripture, if I wasn't under the authority of Christ, I'd be right there. I'd be let's ride, let's freaking find this fool, let's freaking
for the money or for the.
I wouldn't even care about the money.
Okay.
Like
chill, Andrew.
What happened was absolutely ridiculous. Like, for somebody to run up and just have disregard for human life like that, that's
unacceptable.
All right, let me ask you this: if you were his homie in the hood and you were a gangster,
all right.
You were
if
a
I was his
gangster.
homie, because I could put on both hats, you know, because I mean, without Christ, I think I'd be like, whatever.
You wouldn't try to collect that money?
Oh heck no.
That's a different life, and they have a different code, bro. I think those guys are actually like.
Nope.
No, you don't think?
It's
They're not down
supposed
for
to
each
be.
other?
It's not. It's not.
That's what the real ones say. Yeah.
I don't know the life. So I would think it would be like a brotherhood.
Bro, look at 6ix9ine.
Oh, Tekashi. Ah.
I don't want to talk about him. I'm just saying.
The Skittle.
Look at Nipsey.
True.
There ain't no code, dude.
I hear you.
There ain't no code.
Well, I'm more
175,000. Dude, that's a lot of money.
Well,
That's changing someone's life.
Yeah, but I more so go to because I don't like talking about the gangster life because I'm not about that and I never will be, and I hate that it's even any kind of. It seems like it's upheld and fantasized sometimes in the black community. I'm not gonna lie, and I just hate it. But if I was thinking about what those officers like, if I was an officer in LA right now, have you seen? We've all seen 999, right? 999, where no?
I think I did.
Real quick, too. We got 3 minutes and 45 seconds.
Okay, but here's
do we want to add 10 minutes?
Yeah, let's add.
I want to add some time. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie.
Okay, when this expires, I'll add 10 minutes to the clock, and let's give it 10 more. We'll go 50.
But I'll just kill it really quick.
I mean 55.
If I was to give a cop advice right now, and obviously while my advice is professional, it is unlicensed. So I would say you should keep that strap one in the chamber on your lap. There's a scene in the movie 999 where the guy's on his first day on the force and he gets a partner and they're driving around in the car and his gun isn't in the holster. It's on his lap. Like, ready
Is that
to
with
engage.
Casey Affleck?
I don't remember the actor's name.
Okay, I think I've seen
He played Falcon in Avengers.
Got you.
Do you know him?
Was he in the town?
The town.
I don't know who Falcon is.
No. He wasn't in the town.
Okay, who's that guy in the Avengers?
I don't know. I don't know his name. But here, let's not dwell on it. We only got 3 minutes left, and then we got another 10. So what's up, Andrew? What did you want to say?
I mean, it's just the whole police cheating thing, everything that's going on right now.
Don't worry, I'm with you.
Disregard for human life. There's just a lot of disrespect happening right now, and it's super sad to see us going down this path. I mean, I know, like, if anybody knows me, I'm not really patriotic, but it's sad to see the United States just tanking like it is right now, simply because it's affecting all the people, all the citizens, and I firmly believe that it's because we're straying further and further away from Scripture. Now, going back to a couple other episodes ago, I don't think that the Founding Fathers were Christians, but we had Judeo-Christian morals.
Yep.
So even though not like following Christ, right? At least from a national perspective, the morals were there, and as we stray further and further away from that, it's apparent.
Yeah. Zach's still here. Don't worry. I think his computer just faded out. He didn't. Rookie moves, no charger. But
I figured.
But I totally agree with what you said. And man, while I wish you, Andrew, you're on the A team. Whether you like it or not, you're here, so you're on the A team. But I don't think I would like for people to be patriotic, but once again, that goes to freedom of the First Amendment. You get to do what you want here. I can't subscribe to anybody, but there's nothing wrong with what you said. We still love each other, and I like more so what you said in a little earlier, where you're a citizen of Christ's kingdom first. So that's where really the chips lie, and I get you, and I like how you're more grounded in God's word, honestly, than I am. I can say that with all I just know you are. I just know you are. But yeah. To watch my city burn it's hard.
I know it is. It's hard, and I'm not saying that
it rips me up.
I
really.
sit back and I don't care. You know.
No, you don't. It's not that. I don't think you don't care. I think you just know that, like you said earlier, you know what you're called to do as a Christian, and we can't just be out here taking the law into our own hands.
I got to reel it in, you know?
Oh,
got to reel it in because a lot of times I don't feel like it.
Yeah.
All right, that's the 40-minute timer. I'm going to add 10 more.
Cool.
And
Okay.
I think we're almost through all of our topics. Man, this one flew by.
yeah.
The only thing really that's left, well, there's two things left. I don't know if we want to go into Sweden because that's like a whole nother, that could be another episode.
Well, you could just brush on it real quick.
Yeah, but brush on it. How is Sweden doing right now?
Cliff notes, Sweden and their epidemiologists and their lead health organization decided not to do like a insane lockdown like the rest of the world did. So they still did implement some social distancing guidelines, no masks, but they were taking precautions, just not to the extreme level that everybody else has. Mm-hmm. And so it's interesting when you look at the curves and the way that their cases have fluctuated and gone up and down compared to the rest of the world. Like when you do an overlay, you see their cases spiked early on, and now they're dropping and they're lower than everybody else's. So they still have a high number of deaths. And I'm not saying but because I don't care about these people, but a lot of their deaths are in the elderly. And we know that the elderly are just more susceptible. And it's sad because I have grandparents who are not doing great health-wise. And I mean, obviously we all die. So when they die, and if they die before me, it's going to be devastating. But we all know that elderly are more susceptible to everything. The flu.
Everything.
A fall. Everything. And so anyways, their cases are coming down. They're starting to recover a lot better than other nations. And they've been kind of an outcast in the, I think, scientific and medical community. They've been a little bit polarizing, and a lot of people are like totally pissed at the way that they've handled it. And the head epidemiologist is just like standing firm, and he's like super.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say he's stubborn because I read this article on, I want to say it was the Financial Times. But he just firmly believes in the science, and so does. It's not just him by himself. So do the rest of his medical team around him.
Right.
And so it's interesting to watch them.
Did you read the article or did you watch the video too?
I read the article.
Okay, that guy, there's a video. If you just look up Sweden COVID-19,
mm-hmm.
it's like one of the top 3 videos. And it's just 2 guys sitting there. And it's that guy that you're talking about.
What's he say?
Just what Drew said. That basically not to wear mask.
Yeah.
Basically, we're going about our business.
Yeah.
And they said that there was like they had one of the biggest death rates in the beginning. And then now it's like they have some of the least reported COVID numbers around.
They said pretty much they gutted it and said, nah, man, we're going to keep business going as usual. Everybody else can freak out. We're going to keep it pushing.
Yeah, and we'll put a link to this article. It's from the Financial Times. Normally you need a subscription, but this is one of their free articles because it's about coronavirus. So we'll put the link in there, let you guys read through it, and you could look at the charts and all that stuff. But it's super interesting to see. Like, they're way below like every European country, it looks like. So
how much time do we have left, Andrew?
We've got 6 minutes.
6 minutes? Okay. Well, while Sweden is taking the radical approach and saying, no, forget this, I don't know if you guys been keeping an eye on our particular country called Australia. Have you guys been witnessing what they've been going through?
Yeah.
Arresting people
for not wearing a mask, right?
One lady got arrested for making a post on Facebook that said, hey, let's gather and protest against like the lockdown and everything. Rolled up to her house, arrested her for a post on Facebook before the protest even happened.
Yeah, she was pregnant. There was like 6 cops going there. It's like in the morning they're just doing husband and wife stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And they just roll up in there and like, hey, come with us.
Aussies are mad about that whole. I don't know if you guys remember long ago they did their gun buyback program because they started saying, "Hey, we're getting rid of guns." They're feeling the after effects of that right now, in my opinion, because I don't know about that video, but the video I saw was this, and it got confirmed later on. This happened actually a couple months ago when COVID-19 first started. They already had in place laws where you have to wear your mask if you're out in public. And this girl, the video starts with the scene of her getting pretty much manhandled by the cop, right? Before, I thought, unfortunately, I had the bias of thinking, oh, this is some Antifa chick who was disrespecting the authority of the police and going around being belligerent, and that's why she's getting manhandled right now. It has been revealed that no, she was just walking down the street, minding her own business with her boyfriend out on a stroll, and then a cop comes up to her, and literally you see him put his hands around this young lady's throat. Obviously, he's well trained because he does it. He's not, slamming her everywhere, but he proceeds to hip toss her and control her down to the ground and pretty much commit to an arrest. Totally disrespecting any kind of, autonomy or, rights that this woman, or I don't know what rights you have in Australia at this point, guys. But yeah.
So I'm just going to back up a little bit. So, like I said earlier, I'm not patriotic. I am super thankful that God has providentially and sovereignly allowed us to be born and live in the United States. I will say that. So we've got 3 minutes and 50 seconds left.
Okay.
Spirit animals?
Spirit animals.
Oh, my spirit animal?
Spirit animals.
Yeah. Guys, right. I think everybody could guess my spirit animal. Can I go first?
I don't know. Go ahead. Go first.
Hold on. If you're listening to this on YouTube, real quick, I want you to comment right now what you think Pedro's spirit animal is. Okay.
Yeah, before he reveals. And we're going to post the link below so you can take the quiz with us. Yep. A few people have already taken it that I know. The results are great. It's fun. It's a cool little quiz.
They ask some cool questions.
Right. Yeah, they do have some cool questions. And be honest. We tried to be as honest as possible.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm just going to read my description in a little mythic way so that I can say what I am at last. Free from the usual constraints. The blank is independent, bold, and free. This is the spirit animal for those who are not held back by the expectations of others and who like to be able to pick up and go at a moment's notice. Blank are loyal to their family, mate for family, but they're not looking to be. I disagree with this part. Tied down. I would be tied down. I don't mind being tied down. I'm actually currently
to be tied down.
I'm actually currently tied down. I like that. They're trying to find someone to fly free with them. Ladies and gentlemen, your boy Pedro is the American bald eagle.
Wait.
There we go.
Yes,
it
is.
Say American bald eagle? Or
dude, it's an eagle. It's an eagle.
Okay,
and it's the American bald eagle. I'm taking it. I'm taking it.
Yeah, eagle's pretty sick.
He got an eagle. His remix is the American bald eagle. All right.
Okay. Oh, we're doing remixes.
This is the remix. Yeah, you can hit the remix.
Well, if you're a tiger, you can say saber-tooth tiger. I don't mind. Go for it.
All right. Yeah, I'm gonna need that remix then.
Okay.
Go ahead, Drew.
All right. Loyal, intelligent, and beautiful. The blank is one of nature's finest creations. While blank can be flighty and neurotic, they are also strong and hardworking, capable of developing great stamina and achieving a lot. The blank is a good symbol for anyone interested in self-improvement, guided learning, teamwork, and never giving up on their goals. Ladies and gentlemen, the horse.
The stallion.
The stallion, brother.
The stallion.
The stallion. There you go, brother.
That's all right. All right. Here we go.
Oh, man.
All right. And if you guys are listening to this, I'm about to go comment. All right, because
Andrew, did you know what he got? I actually wasn't listening to what he got.
I know.
Okay, go for it.
Loving, smart, and playful. You guys know where this is going. The blank has earned its position as man's best friend many times over. The blank is the sort of spirit that loves freely and possibly a little too hard. without always considering if the object of that love deserves it. As a result, fear of being alone can make a blank needy. Still, the blank is the kindest, friendliest, most loving spirit of all. Indeed, if you're taking a blank as your spirit animal, you should probably get one in real life. Everything's better when you have a dog.
What's the remix?
Yo,
The remix, I'm going to say Rottweiler, dude, because
there you go. Yeah,
I got this dog on here, and I'm going to post on it.
Yeah, don't say that.
You're going to post it. Yo, guys, if you're listening to this now and you haven't followed us on Instagram, go ahead and do that right now. We posted little clips of all of our reveals, so you can see what we got over there. You can see the picture. We're going to post little short videos over there as well, so check it out. Yep. And, guys, I actually paused it because we hit the 50-minute mark already.
Okay.
Cool.
So I didn't want the timer going off to interrupt Zach.
Okay.
No worries. Cool.
Yeah.
I think we covered just about everything we wanted to get this episode, so.
Yeah, guys.
Yep.
Stay safe out there. Remember, do your best to have a level-headed, calm over yourself through this entire situation. Really gauge what you're supposed to do, and if you actually even need to do something. We love you all. Do what you need to do. Bye.
Thanks, guys. Make sure to subscribe if you haven't, comment, and like. We'll talk to you guys next week.
All right.